Hey there, I'm Curly, and welcome to Unfiltered and Undiscovered, the podcast where three music lifers dig into the songs, the stories, and the legends of music that may not have crossed your radar yet. But if you're new here, let me set the scene. I'm the punter, the guy who swears that the best music, the best Australian independent music, was in 1986. I've got the record collection to prove it. Now, joining me each week, I've got Braggy. He's a lifelong muso, a dreamer that's still waiting for that one song of his to go viral. He knows his stuff and he loves digging into lyrics. And of course, we've got Rossy. Rossy, the roadie, the manager, and the guy with a story about every band that's ever plugged into a pub PA system anywhere from Perth to Parramatta. Together, we get unfiltered with the best undiscovered artists across Australia and occasionally the world. And occasionally, we also talk a whole lot of rubbish around artists that we already love. Let's get into it.
Hey y'all, I'm Alison Asarch from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Sean Fraser from the Ritzy Kids.
This is Johnny from Rail Motor.
Hey, it's Shane from Blind Season.
Hey, it's Rob Stanier, and you can check out my music on all the streaming platforms.
Check out my latest music on all the streaming sites.
Check out my debut album on all streaming platforms.
Check out our new debut album.
Check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. And you're listening to our friends, Braggy and Curly.
My favorite bands from Australia.
You're listening to our friends, Braggy, Rossy, and Curly
on the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.
Hey there, everyone. It's Curly here, and welcome to episode 213 of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. We are three old blokes, one obsession, music that matters, unfiltered chats with undiscovered artists. Every week on the pod, it's guitars, grit, and the good stuff that you're not going to hear on mainstream radio. This is Unfiltered and Undiscovered, and wherever you're listening or watching, please like and subscribe, because that tells the algorithm that we're doing something right in talking with these undiscovered artists. So once again, let's just welcome in our co-hosts. We've got Braggy from Adelaide, and we have Rossy from Sydney. And for those people watching, you'll see our special guest also on screen. We've got Chloe Marks from Chloe Marks and the Mayhem. So how are we all?
Awesome.
Yeah, good.
Summer's here. We're beating England in cricket.
Yeah, I can't watch enough cricket. That's my problem. I've been too busy to watch as much cricket as I want. I did like that it was an afternoon test in Brisbane. Got to watch some when I got home.
I love the day-night. I think
Thank
it's
you,
great.
Queensland. Thank you, Queensland.
Primetime test. I love it.
And it went for 4 days as opposed to
4 days. And I'm going to be at
fun.
the next one here in Adelaide. I'll be there with my good mate, Johnny Rail Motor.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I have music news. It happened on the 3rd. We lost Steve Cropper.
Yes.
Last Wednesday, the Colonel, who was part of the Stax when they started, Stax Records when they started, played a Booker T in the MGs, but he backed so many people. He's almost like the father of that soul rhythm guitar, Rossy, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he wrote Knock on Wood and Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. They're two of his biggest hits.
Yeah, wow. Guys. And of course, he was in the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, playing himself, doing shit covers of his songs that made him famous.
Yeah.
It's just the funniest thing about that band.
A great Telecaster player too. I love the Telecaster.
Oh, man. And by all reports, he was Amish, did you know?
No, I didn't know he was Amish.
He was Amish, yeah.
He didn't have the beard.
No, if he didn't have it, then he played electric guitar too, so.
Yeah. I don't know.
Muscle Shoals sound.
A couple of discrepancies there, Rossy. So speaking about no discrepancies, Pocket Watch continue to take the world by storm.
Yeah, we had a really good time with Cobra Starship, who are LA-based band who are just out here for good things on the side show. We got to go to, they rang us on Saturday mornings. We've got passes for you to go to the show as well down at the festival. So we went down, which was great, and they gave the boys a shout out from the festival stage, which we enjoyed as well.
Excellent.
Two actually. They're very nice folks, and we saw Tool, and we saw Machine Head, and we saw Gua, we saw James Rain. Would you believe was on that bill?
Why is he there with?
I
Tool?
don't know. And then
I could say, but I won't.
We saw Weezer, who were pretty interesting too.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
sounds like they've just collected all these bands from left, right, and center, and wherever, and threw them on, but I suppose that's what sometimes makes a great festival, doesn't
The
it?
festival was great in Sydney. It was 40 degrees in Sydney. It was so hot. Brisbane looked great, though. Brisbane looked like a great show.
And Rossy, our fearless leader, Curly, features in Tom Curtin promo video as well.
Yes, thank you so much, Tom. But I do have a public apology to make around that, because last week in my haste, I got 2 names wrong. And I mean, I hope people haven't been looking up 2 artists by the wrong name, but Chris Matthews and Melanie Gray were the 2 supports, and I think I called Chris Wilson for whatever reason, and Melanie
Crown of
Ryan.
Thorns.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you're a dickhead.
So yeah, possibly, but absolute public.
Or maybe he's just
there.
too busy, Braggy.
That's true.
He's got so much going on in his head.
He's doing a great job.
I made sure I wrote it down this time, but Melanie Gray's got a great voice, and Chris Matthews is on a quest to bring back the mandolin. So I think he would be an awesome guy to talk to.
How was the show, though? How was the show?
Mate, sensational. If you have the opportunity to go see a Tom Curtin show, especially if you've got kids or grandkids, mate, it is the best thing. You know, some people might sit there and think it's a bit cliched. He stands on horses and sings and goes around a paddock singing on the horse. But, you know, that's Tom. And I think we know him through our endeavors. Yeah, our endeavors on the show, our chats with him. So, but yeah, I mean, absolute awesome show. So this week we have another return guest, and we always congratulate the people that come back, because brave, they've put up with us the first time. But Chloe Marks and the Mayhem is the band, and of course we've got Chloe with us. So welcome back to the show, Chloe.
Thank you very much for having me again.
Yeah, you've got a new single out, and I've got to laugh because the minute I heard that opening line, my immediate thoughts went to Braggy. So.
Why? So Chloe, I'm going to start, and I've got 2. I'm going to be like a hard-nosed reporter. I've got 2, a double-barrel question first up. In the little bio that we get, it says that this is your boldest release. So I want to know why you think it's your boldest release, and I want to know why the song's not called "I Get Stoned and Talk to God."
You're actually the first person to ask that. And it is actually quite a relevant question. Originally, the song was called "When I Get Stoned, I Talk to God,"
right.
And we felt that people might be a little bit put off by it. It was something I wanted people to come in with an open mind, and I felt like that the title, if it was called "When I Get Stoned, I Talk to God," I felt like it kind of closed off the some
of your audience.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would see that and go, "Oh, that's not for me," without actually, giving it an actual listen and trying to understand what it's about. And that was also honestly why it was a little bit of our boldest release, because I sat on it for a while. Actually, I wrote it in about 5 minutes, got the whole song done, and then sat on it for ages and was like, I wasn't even sure if I should show the band. And when I told them I have this song called "When I Get Stoned, I Talk to God," the room was just silent, and I was like, that's not a great start. We were shooting for our Skip September music video, and we were in this venue, and it was just us and all these instruments, and everyone just went quiet, and I was like, hear me out, and then a couple months later we played the song, and the band was like, yep, this is it, we love it. It was a little bit risky, because I said to the band, people are either going to love it or they're going to hate it. It's a big risk for us to take. But so far it's been a really positive response, and people are loving it, which is nice.
Yeah, those 5-minute stream of consciousness songs really do often work more than anything in the world. Like the ones that come out the quickest are the ones, it's like it meant to come out.
Yeah, definitely. It was I just had this idea and started writing, and all of a sudden I sort of sat back and was like, oh my goodness, that's the whole song. That's it. Like it's yeah. The only part that I wrote after the fact was the bridge, because when we recorded the demo, I actually was just like scatting over the bridge. I was just like, I wasn't actually singing words. And when we got into the studio, I felt like it needed words, so I just quickly jotted something down and it was done. So yeah,
So cool.
came together very quickly.
I think that before you go to the lead break, or that this staccato part, and then you kind of do it again at the end, the staccato sort of part. I reckon that's the boldest, because that's the least like country of anything.
Yeah,
I love it though. I love it.
Yeah,
and I love how it's 2 minutes 39. Like, yeah,
it's very short.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, we like sub 3 minutes for. Yeah.
Well, you know what, Rossy, I was researching a bit on song titles. The Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand, 2 minutes 25. She Loves You, 2 minutes 20. Can't Buy Me Love, 2 minutes 11.
I see a lot of songs that have got a 1 in front of them lately.
I'm not sure about that.
Talk to the Ramones.
Yeah. Chloe, I do have a confession to make. When I first listened to this music, I try and do it as a bit of a background thing, so I'm doing something else. And so I'm in the shower, I've just had a shave and all this sort of stuff. And I've come out and I'm thinking, has Chloe gone religious? So I hadn't really tuned into the lyrics at this stage, right? And all I can hear is talk to God. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what's going on here? This is so, I won't say out of character, but I'm thinking that's bold to suddenly bring out like a really religious song. And then when I sat down and listened to it, I went, oh, you stupid idiot. So,
when I get stoned, I talk to God. I know to some it sounds quite hard. Our conversations are good for me, and it's cheaper than therapy. So I get stoned and talk to God. He knows me well, just like a friend. He'll always be there till the end. I talk about how I messed my day, ask forgiveness for all my ways, like when I'm stoned and talk to God. Well, I ain't a saint and I'll admit it, I'm not the kind to up and quit it up and pop until I feel okay. Sometimes at the end of my day, I get stoned and talk to God.
Yeah, it definitely, it sort of tackled a few big areas, and that was, like I said, it was something that I was quite worried about. You know, how are people going to take this? And it's funny because I've had so many different responses. I've had people go, you know, from one end of it being like, oh yeah, you know, like getting stoned, woo, and then I've had people do the polar opposite and have these really in-depth conversations about faith, which has been, you know, incredible just to hear everyone's different perspective on this. And it's you know, it's been really great. And I think even the band, you know, we all come from very different walks of life, and like I said, I was a bit worried about how the band was going to take it, and they just thought it was fantastic. And, you know, and we just ran with it and thought, you know what, we're just going to release what we want to release, and then hopefully everyone gets on board with it.
Yeah, I think the song's a cracker, but I think the film clip, once again, you've outdone yourself.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily understand it.
I do.
It was something that we wanted to leave open to interpretation. So it was a little bit like, you know, let's get weird, let's have a bit of fun, let's you know, think outside of the box. And I sort of had my own meaning for it, and then the director kind of had his own meaning for it. Connor Sharp, he jumped in again and did incredible work as usual. But yeah, it was honestly just a lot of fun, and it was very cool. It was just kind of related to whatever we wanted it to be about.
Do you actually have a fear of clowns?
I do. I actually do not like them at all. And it was the night that we shot because originally I was not supposed to be in the makeup. It was supposed to be another actor as well. And the second night that we shot it, that we had to put all the makeup on me. We were out on this farm, this private property that we shoot at, in the middle of absolute nowhere. Like there's no service, there's no one around. And we're in this cabin, which is handmade cabin. It's just like pitch black. And then by the end of the shoot, it was just me and Connor, the director. And I'm standing there, you know, in this dark cabin in the middle of nowhere in clown, you know, full clown makeup. So it was pretty terrifying. There was a couple times I walked past like mirrors and like jumped to like, oh, that's me. So it was a lot of fun. It was very cool.
I have to go on the record and say there are photographs of me in the 80s dressed as a clown.
Yeah. It's funny. My wonderful PR agent Jules actually sent me a photo of she was like, you know, you're not the only clown, and she sent me a photo of her in clown costume. So it seems to be a common theme.
People either love or hate them. It's a real dichotomy, isn't there?
Yeah.
Some people are terrified.
Yeah, it's quite an unusual experience. I even said to Connor, I felt like I was able to act better because I didn't feel like myself. You know, I felt like I could get really weird and strange. And you know, even the actual actor that we had come in, her name was Amy. She came in, she was the actual clown for the other shots. She was doing all this weird stuff with her body and moving around, and she was telling us that she actually studied it. And that was part of the fascination, is that you can you're in this like different creative space where you can just do whatever you want, and it's very strange, and it's a very cool experience actually.
Yeah, there's that clowning museum in France that has all the painted, the trademark faces on eggs.
Yeah.
Locked away. Yeah. They trademark their makeup. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And it's like legitimized through the clown. Yeah, the clown community is very
Only
serious.
certain clowns can have the market. Getting back to, I mean, it's really we're making fun of it, but it's actually a serious thing you're really singing about. Getting stoned and talking to God, rather than talking to someone else close to you.
Yeah.
For therapy, because the song, like that, you know, we're talking about solving some problems.
Yeah.
You have, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I definitely, on a personal level, I started doing this thing a couple years ago when I was kind of in the height of all of my life falling apart. You know, there was a lot that happened and that I went through in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people write in diaries or do journaling. And I had people telling me, you know, you should, you know, be journaling, get it all out. And I just found that I actually preferred to just talk. Like I'm quite, obviously as a musician and a singer, I found it more therapeutic, I guess you could say, to audibly say things out loud. And so a lot of the time I would have conversations by myself, and it was a bit strange, but rather than, you know, talking to a person, I would just sort of talk these things out by myself. And that's where the actual original idea for, you know, when I get stoned, I talk to God came from. It was kind of like, these are my very vulnerable personal moments. And I wanted the song to sort of show that vulnerability and, you know, this is who I am. This is my journey. And now I'm just in that phase of just accepting it. And we're here. So yeah. It is, I mean, like all of our songs, it has that serious kind of dark underlying tone, and then you listen to it and it's all happy. So
yeah, that's great songwriting though, Chloe. Yeah. If you can find that undertone, that seriousness, and
glad connectivity
on top. That's what rock and roll is, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though we're talking country,
we are country.
Well, is this song true country? That would be my question. It's got a bit of a rock and beat.
Australiana, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely outside of the genre a little bit, which is what we wanted. But yeah, we love it.
It's got a good groove. It's a little bit funky.
Yeah,
well, you're saying it's Australiana, not unlike there's Americana.
Yeah, like Americana, but I'm not saying Australian
version of it.
Yeah,
ostentatious. Yeah. No.
It's got a bit of soul. It's got a bit of blues to it.
There is an Australianness to the material, right?
Bring them up that style of.
There's an Australianness to a lot of the acts that we hear, isn't there?
Yes, I feel like it's coming through more and more, Rossy.
An Australian voice, which is important because we're dealing with Australians.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It's come through the country genre rather than the rock and roll genre,
which everyone would poo-poo in a way and say it's just aping, but it's not, because it's a unique experience that people are having who live that life, right? Because you're from Innisfail, right?
Yeah.
Kerry Boosted country, I think
That's
you'd find
the one.
that is. Yeah. And what's his name? That other Queenslander bloke from anyway. But yeah,
the coach.
But like,
yes,
Billy.
But coming from Queensland and like the Queenslanders in a funny sort of way, and I hate to say it, they seem more Australian in a funny. There's a real Australianness to Queensland.
Yeah,
just stop it, you two. Stop it, you two.
Yeah, Sydney's a bit more American, wouldn't you say, Ross?
Yeah.
Oh no! Look, no, tell that to the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House, mate.
Yeah, we had so much fun last week with our guests from Queensland in north side of the Harbour Bridge, Rossy. So,
I got another question. Because it's such a short song, and I like a short song, we all say about that. Do you think you said everything you needed to say?
Yeah, it's again funny you say that, because that was actually a topic of discussion that came up when we were in the studio. Because, like I said, we had the song and it was done. And when we sort of set up and we did a quick run through of the song, I actually said to the band, "Does it feel too short?" And we kind of all sat there and we were like, it felt right. It felt very it felt completed. It felt even the structure of the writing, it sort of felt, like the start of the song is like, here's what I'm talking about. The second part of the song is going more in depth, and then the third part is like, this is the completion of even as far as verse, chorus, verse, we sort of named it like section A, section B. We wrote it in a completely different way. And so, I definitely felt like it was one of the songs that I actually felt like was finished, and I felt really happy with at the end, because usually I kind of step back, I'm like, oh, we could have done this, or could have done, and this song felt very finished, which was a nice way to end our whole 2025.
Yeah, it's a good arrangement. I think I played it like 3 times in a row. I know I'm saying short. A lot of times you just play it once, and you go, oh, I know. But I had to go back and listen. Where'd they go there? Oh, they went to that. They did that thing. So
yeah, there's a lot of moving parts in it. It was quite difficult because it was, again, a song that we recorded all at the same time. So we did the drums, bass, and most of the guitar parts, and then I did a scratch vocal take. We did that all at once. So we all were sort of standing there looking at each other like, make sure you get it right. Like, it's because there's a lot of moving parts and everyone working together in it.
Yeah.
And you can get that red light fever.
Oh, you do. It's it's in the recording studio. There's something about it. As soon as you go to record it, you just forget that you're a musician and nothing works.
So it says rolling and you just go,
yeah, you're like, how do I play guitar again? Yeah.
So how long did it take to record it in the studio?
Well, we did it over 2 days because we actually did 3 songs over the 2 days. So it's a bit hard to say. But it didn't actually take that long. I'd say maybe about 8 hours in total. But we did, the foundation of the song was done, I'd say maybe in like an hour and a half. And that was like the bulk of it. And then we kind of added some cool stuff on top. There's some interesting instruments that float around in the background. There's like, we even added a bit of bongos that they kind of just float there really quietly. There's, we did a lot of experiments. And so it was about 8 hours.
There's a little great bass lick there that comes in after the solo.
Yeah, at the very end.
Killer bass lick, yeah.
3 songs in 2 days is pretty quick. Like the rule of thumb's a song a day, right?
It was a lot. We worked really hard.
So Ragtag Studios, and is it Michael Mucho who produced it? Have you worked with them before?
Yeah. Been a bit sick the last couple of days. And hit me.
That's all that talking to God.
Yeah.
Cheers, my Braggy.
So sorry. Yes. So it's actually Michael Moko. And the studio that we worked in, Ragtag Studios, is it's the same studio that we recorded all the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So you have had a really big 2025, bud, haven't you? It's been a good year for you musically.
Yeah, definitely. It's been such a huge year. So sorry. I'm just gonna have another drink. I'm dying.
No, you're right.
It's all right.
Yeah, I've been fighting sickness for the last couple of days, and I thought I had won the battle. But turns out I have not. Yeah, so sorry. So yes, our producer Michael Moko is the same producer that we've used the whole time.
Gotcha.
And yeah, Ragtag Studios is the same one. But 2025 was really big. It was a great year for us. And we're hoping that 2026, is just as good, but we'll see how we go.
So you got 2026 coming up. So that means Tamworth for you?
Yeah, so we're heading to Tamworth in January. I think we've got 4 shows or 5 shows.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic.
Are you on the red carpet, Chloe?
No, I'm not going to head to the red carpet this year. I've got some other stuff on. Yeah.
Well, so from the stage, give us a shout out. Just simply say, shout out to the boys. No one's going to know who you're talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
But Tamworth's a big thing for anyone out of your ilk. Like, what do you hope to get out of it this year? Have you got a plan?
We're just hoping to meet as many people as possible, and really sort of broaden the horizons for us a little bit. We've got a lot of shows at new venues that we've never been to before, so that'll be really cool just to get some new experiences. And I'm hoping that if my voice allows me to, that I'll also do some busking as well while I'm there. Because I did busking last year, but I had the same problem. I lost my voice and I got a bit sick right at the end of it. So yeah, it's quite taxing on your body, but you just get through it, get to the end, and
yeah.
Well, I think you got a real original sound, like this song and the September song and Carolina. It's just different.
There's just something about Chloe Marks and the Mayhem, and I love the fact that you sort of recorded slightly different to the layering of the tracks. And I know when Rail Motor get in the studio, and I've had a chat with Robbie Stanier about all the work that he puts into it, and it's just so refreshing to hear. One of the key things that I picked up from your last conversation was sometimes you just hit the stage without doing rehearsals. I love that. It's just and as an audience you would just be sitting there not knowing that, but sometimes those little mistakes that you potentially make along the way become part of the song as well.
An audience, Curly, an audience will pick up when a band's living on the edge for sure, because you feel that, and I love that. That's so good when a band's still sounding great, but that they're on the edge.
I've been around a lot of bands that are just barely hanging together, and it's hilarious.
Good, though. There's so much more energy there, don't you reckon, Rossy?
I've got
the audience pick up on that vibe, and they go away going, I don't know what was going on there, but I just, I felt it.
I've got a work Christmas party on Friday night, and I've got to play at it with a band of like 3 or 4 other musicians. No one knows what songs we're doing yet.
Good.
You'll
be fine.
I'm scared.
Now, you've got a couple of gigs coming up, so that voice has to be really, pick up. But can I just ask, where's the Walrus Club in Brizzy?
Walrus Club, actually, that one has since been cancelled because they actually closed down. But it was it was at the Regatta, so on in the city, but it's the underground bar. So I believe they're redoing it now. So
Okay.
fingers crossed it comes back as something even bigger and better. But yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with that one.
Excellent. So, how do you follow up? When I get stoned, I talk to God. Cheaper than therapy. But we haven't mentioned the name of the single as much as what we should. So how do you follow up Cheaper Than Therapy? What's the next song going to be about?
Well, that's a question that we've been asking ourselves. We've got a bit of a plan for next year, but we're gonna head back into the studio and try and get some stuff done, and we're maybe diving into a bit more traditional country sounds. But we sort of said that this whole year, and we've kind of done whatever we wanted. So we'll see how it goes. But hopefully we just continue doing original stuff that people love.
And New Year's Eve at Chattahoochee's. That's
it's going to be New Year's at Chattahoochee's is going to be huge. Yeah,
that's good.
That is awesome. Hey, just a couple of final questions, Braggy. Do you have any others that you want to dive into before I
one more.
Take over? Go for it.
Does God ever talk back, Chloe?
Always.
Excellent news.
That's where all the songs come from. So,
but you don't necessarily talk to God, do you, Braggy?
Sometimes I talk to the devil, I feel. No, look, I completely understand what Chloe says. We don't talk about this much at all, and I know, and I do enjoy to have a little joint every now and again at night time. I use that to listen back to what I've created during the day. I find that's. I mean, I can't do it and create. I'm hopeless if I've had something I can't create, but I feel it's good to listen back to. I feel I can get inside the song a bit more and see if it's actually good or not. I don't know. That's me. I don't know if that works for you, Chloe, or not.
I think definitely, I think everyone has their own way of creating and their own, I talk to a lot of people who I have some band members, or not even my band members, but people I've worked with who say that they play better if they've had a couple drinks. I have other people that are like, I cannot go near alcohol. I cannot go near this. I can't, I have friends that specifically only write music when they are under something, on some sort of substance, or,
Yep.
Whereas I feel like I'm the opposite. I can't even be drunk or anything,
Yeah, me too.
I have to be really clear-headed to be in that mind space. So I think it's just about everyone having their own individual way of being creative and making, something that they're proud of.
So true.
Yeah.
Well said.
I don't care what anyone does as long as I don't.
Yeah, well, it's the opposite for you, Ross, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely the opposite.
It's same with
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anyone else does. I don't care.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Chloe says, whatever works.
But Rossy, you've also seen some of the extremes in use and abuse from artists on stage. So that
yes, I've seen it from very close up.
Absolutely. Chloe, as a working artist, and you are quite prolific, when you talk about your own personal well-being, because you've had your ups and downs with multiple events, how do you protect your own well-being as a working artist? See, that's one of our deep questions. We've added these in since last time.
No, I think it's fantastic. I have actually found that this song has opened up a lot of those deep conversations, which has been nice. I think they're conversations that need to happen. For myself personally, I I work really hard to keep myself accountable, and I try and do that in all retrospect, in all ways. You know, I am. I have a very bad habit of overworking, which is the current problem I'm having right now, where I'm quite sick because I've just worked too hard. And that is something that even in that way, like my well-being, I can always feel when I'm starting to sort of shut down, and I have to take a step back and go, oh, you know, when's the last time I stopped? You know, when's the last time I sort of did that? But I also have, you know, incredible bandmates, and some of them are all of them are my best friends. And they keep me in check really well. And so if we're struggling with something, we all sort of help each other out. You know, we can tell when someone's, you know, sort of falling off the wagon in any way, whether it's, you know, they're not taking care of themselves, or they're not, you know, doing something to their body that they shouldn't be, whatever it is. So yeah, it's something that, like I said, I try and keep myself accountable to keep myself, you know, going. And then I have wonderful people around me that really support me and uplift me. And yeah, it's ongoing, it's ever changing, good days, bad days. But yeah, I view this as this is my job, my career, my hopefully my future for a very long time. So, you know, I try and I don't drink on the job. I don't actually drink that much at all. You know, I quit smoking many years ago, or just over a year ago now, just to try and save my voice a little bit. There's, you know, physically trying to keep my health in check so that I can be the best musician that I can be.
I'm just very conscious of like performers, because it's highs and lows, right? You go on stage, the emotional cost of doing a big show, and then you come off, and the next day, 2 days later, the crash comes, right?
Yeah.
And it's such a common cycle, and that's for a lot of performers where the trouble starts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you start to become aware of that self-care point that you need, I think it's really good when you start to understand that this is big, and how I'm feeling now, when you're really exhilarated, you know that in a couple of days' time, the bill comes in, and you just need to make sure that you look after yourself around there, rest, get the right sort of, because, oh boy, I've seen that go bad.
Yeah, definitely. There's I have noticed actually in the last couple of years, I think since COVID, there's been a real shift in the music industry where everyone is more aware of mental health and
yes, and rightly so.
Yes.
Yeah, and exactly, and the support for musicians, you know, with each other is very real and very prominent now, because people are realizing that there is a very real problem that happens all the time. And you're right, the highs and lows, you can't really explain it to someone that has not experienced it, because you're filled with adrenaline, and there's like an element of shock, and there's, you know, you step on stage and you are giving 100% of yourself to hundreds of people, and you've got so many things going on in your head, you've got so many things to consider. When I do a run of gigs, by the end of it, I'm just so exhausted, because you're giving so much, and it doesn't matter what's going on in your life and what's going on around you. You have to put all of that away and give your entire self to what's going on. And it takes a really big toll. And I see it in a lot of musicians. And like I said, I am very lucky that I'm surrounded by wonderful musicians that can pick up on that with each other. And we just try and, lift each other up and get through. So, but it's definitely something that I think since COVID has become a lot more, everyone's a lot more aware of it.
That's true. I think it's a really important thing. There's been a lot of work done in that space by guys like Support Act and Crew Care and all those sort of things. I think it's really important, because a lot of creative people, because they live on the edge, and a lot of them are economically disenfranchised. They're struggling to make ends meet. The stresses that come with that really knock them around a bit. And I think it's really important that us, as people who love performers, we're aware of what they're actually giving us as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny because there is still a level of separation between musicians and other people, because there's this weird thought that music is not a real industry, it's not a career, it's not a real job. But then the same people that have that thought are the people that are asking you to play and asking for, they love live music, they want to go out. It's like this is someone's job and their career and something they put time and effort and money into. I've spent my entire life, like the better half of 30 years, building what I have today. And to think that just comes easily is, I think, a little bit silly. So there's a lot that goes on in the background as far as health and mental health and everything like that. And I think it's fantastic that a lot of musicians are stepping up and starting to talk about these things.
Yeah,
so true.
Really is.
100%. Chloe, if we hit shuffle on one of your favorite playlists, what is the song that you think, I'll rephrase the question. On your favorite playlist, what is the song that is sitting on that playlist that you think would most surprise your fan base?
Oh, I would say probably something by Olivia Dean. She's very different. When you go through sort of my playlist, it's like Chris Stapleton, Marcus King, these very Americana country, and then there's Olivia Dean, who does sort of like jazz pop. Yeah.
Writing it down.
Another one would be, I'd say, Lake Street Dive.
I love them. Yeah, I know them.
I only started.
Voice.
I started listening to them because I got told many times that I had a very similar voice to her. And I just fell in love with them. But yeah, they're very different. They're very cool.
And the girl bass player is credible bass player too.
Yeah, I saw them live this year or last year, and phenomenal. Like, they're perfect on stage. I couldn't believe it. It was great.
Excellent. So cool. Chloe, we will make sure all of your links are in our show notes. And of course, you've got a very busy end of the month here in Brisbane, and then you're playing at the Tudor Hotel and Joe Maguire's during the Country Music Festival in Tamworth. So it's been, as always, an awesome pleasure speaking with you. I hope you get over the tickly throat. I get them all the time and I hate them. So I know what you've been going through. So next, if you just, to our audience, if you want to showcase your music, please reach out. We've had a very interesting reach out from a very different Nashville artist, boys. So I will send you through some links, but this is not your traditional country fare. I will assure you of that. But I think, Braggy, you'll like it. So,
okay.
But next,
coming from Cowboy Cool, who knows country like no one?
Yeah. Let's not make that nickname stick. All right. So next week, however, we do have John Stokes joining us, and John Stokes is quite a unique character. He's the definition of a true Australian adventurer. He's a sheep shearer, a dirt bike champion, a rodeo rider, a hang glider, a marathon runner. I might just throw in, he runs the marathon in half the time that I do, so I don't think he's getting full value for money, which also means he's quite quick. And he's a commercial pilot, and somewhere along the way, he's learned how to put some music together. So we're speaking with John Stokes next week. Braggy won't be with us, unfortunately, and secretly I'm sort of hoping the day's a bit of a washout at Adelaide next week.
Not going to rain, mate. Weather's perfect.
If you have loved what you heard, hit follow, share the show. We'll be adding Cheaper Than Therapy to our playlists, every damn song, and our fresh country artists on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, and Apple Music. We've got more artists, more stories, more reasons to listen. This is Unfiltered and Undiscovered, and we will see you all again next week. Thanks once again, Chloe. It's been absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. If you've liked what you've heard, please do us a favor. Hit follow, leave a rating, and share it with a mate who needs some new music and a little bit of laughter in their lives. We're all about discovering the songs that actually mean something. So if you're into raw talent, great stories, and music that hits you right in the guts, you're in the right place, and we'd love to see you back again next week. Don't forget our Spotify playlists. Every damn song, every track we've ever talked about, rising female country artists and undiscovered covers. And just now, they're not just available on Spotify. You'll also find them on YouTube Music and Apple Music as well. Now, we will be back next week with more music, more stories, and probably some more arguments. But that's what keeps us unfiltered. We'll see you next week.